So go ahead and get to your comfortable position, getting all of the pillows and blankets and scarves and warm socks and sweaters and all the things you might want, might need. Go ahead and grab it. Taking this time to get as comfortable as possible because you deserve to take that time. You deserve to rest. You deserve to take the time to listen to your wants and needs. And so taking the time to get as comfortable as you can possibly be. And once you settle in, to continue settling in, just taking some really intentional breaths, long inhales through the nose, and then maybe even exhaling through the mouth, through a sigh or through a yawn, or if you want to inhale through the nose and exhale through your lips as an ooh, just kind of blowing it out. Maybe exhaling through the mouth isn't feeling right for you today. So then you just take some long inhales and exhales, maybe sighing it out through the nose with the exhale. That's fine too. Maybe doing one or two more of those, whatever feels right in this moment. It's kind of like, you keep checking in, and if you're not feeling as settled as you want to, just do a couple more of those settling breaths. Maybe there's this idea of what perfectly settled is. And of course, we're letting go of these judgmental things of the perfect settled level. But there might just be this point where you can just tell, oh, I just need a couple more of those intentional breaths. And you take those intentional breaths until you feel like you're at a spot where, yeah, this feels good. This feels right. I can continue on from here. And then letting go of those intentional breaths, of course, taking more time for it if you want it or need it, or perhaps letting it go at this point. Just letting the breath come to its natural pace. Remembering that there's no need to manipulate it at this point. Simply breathing. And just settling into the bliss of not needing to do anything at all. Just the goodness of not needing to solve any kind of problems, not needing to find any kind of answers, not needing to do anything. Simply content to be. Just content to be, and giving yourself permission to just be, giving yourself that permission to not have to do anything, to not have to do it right, to not have to answer questions, to just rest, reminding yourself that there is no way to do it wrong because there's absolutely nothing to do. It just feels so good to come home to this place of rest. And it does start to feel like coming home, of knowing that you deserve to rest and that you deserve to take the time to do nothing. Starting to notice how the body has settled in. It's settled in already, I'm sure of it, in its own way. Just noticing that settling in that has happened. And inviting even more of a sense of stillness to enter the body. Settling into the stillness because there's nowhere to go, nowhere to be for this next little bit of time. So settling into this stillness, there may be a sense of softening that moves through the body, or perhaps melting into stillness. Remembering that the surface that the body is resting on is holding the body up. There isn't even any need to hold the body up, completely allowing the weight of the body to rest into the surface beneath. And it's almost as if you could even just rest in your bones, letting your bones rest, and your muscles, and your organs, and all of the skin of the body, giving the entire body permission to rest. And there are these sounds that come and go, these sounds that come and go in the space you're in. And just observing those sounds, maybe observing any sounds happening outside of the space you're in. And whether sounds are there or not, it doesn't matter. Just open to observing sounds happening outside of the space you're in. And observing sounds happening within the space you're in. And to notice the sounds happening just an inch away from the body. And letting that awareness of sounds go, letting that awareness go, and just resting deeper. The breath that comes in and the breath that goes out are invitations to continue deepening this rest, are invitations to continue doing less and less. Again, just content to pay attention to the breath as it is. It feels so good to just not have to do anything about the breath, to not have to figure it out, to not have to change it in any way, to just be with it as it is, resting deeper and deeper with each breath. The intention of this practice today is to rest, of course, to rest and to rest deeply. And to rest with a sense of curiosity sprinkled in, observation, and giving yourself permission to utilize the imagination as much as you can. Letting your imagination flourish as you rest. Next, you'll bring your awareness around to different parts of the body. I will say a part of the body and you bring your awareness there. And as you become aware of these different parts of the body, it'll be as if you could draw a line between the points of the body. It's as if you could draw a line between the points of the body, connecting the points. And drawing this line will be a sense of ease and calm and comfort. So it'll be as if you're connecting all of these points with a sense of ease and calm and comfort. Remember, there's no need to try to make anything happen. There's no need to do anything at all. Simply staying open to the experience with the awareness beginning at the top of the head, becoming aware of the point at the top of the head. And then it's as if a line could be drawn from the top of the head down to the center of the brain. This line of ease and comfort. From the center of the brain, drawing down to the center of the throat. Connecting with a line of comfort from the center of the throat over to the right shoulder. Drawing that line down the upper arm to the elbow. Down the lower arm to the wrist. And down to the tip of the thumb and the index finger, the middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Back up to the right wrist. From the right wrist, drawing up the lower arm to the elbow. From the elbow up to the shoulder. From the right shoulder, going all the way through the center of the throat, and drawing that line of ease from the center of the throat over to the left shoulder. Down the upper arm to the elbow. From the elbow, down the lower arm to the wrist. And from the wrist to the tip of the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Connecting through the left wrist, through the lower arm to the elbow, and the elbow to the shoulder. From the shoulder to the center of the throat, drawing the line of calm down to the center of the chest. Connecting over to the right chest. All the way over to the left chest. And back to the center of the chest. Connecting from the center of the chest, drawing this line down to the navel. This comfort and ease from the navel to the center of the pelvis. And over to the right hip. Drawing from the right hip down the upper leg to the knee. From the knee down the lower leg to the ankle. From the ankle to the tip of the big toe. The second toe. Third. Fourth. And fifth. Drawing from the ankle up the leg to the knee. Connecting from the knee to the hip. Drawing that line from the right hip through the center of the pelvis and all the way over to the left hip. This line of ease from the hip to the knee. From the knee down the lower leg to the ankle. From the ankle to the tip of the big toe. Second toe. Third. Fourth. And fifth. From the ankle up the leg to the knee. From the knee to the hip. From the hip connecting back to the center of the pelvis. Drawing this line of comfort from the center of the pelvis up to the navel. From the navel up to the center of the chest. From the center of the chest up to the center of the throat. From the center of the throat up to the center of the brain. From the center of the brain up to the top of the head. And now aware of all of these points of the body. Aware of all the points of the body and all of the lines connecting the points with a sense of ease and comfort and calm. And resting even deeper now. The awareness comes to the breath, aware of the inhales and the exhales, the natural breath as they come and as they go. Imagining that the breath could begin at the top of the spine. And with the inhale, imagining that the inhale could move from the top of the spine down to the base of the spine. And exhale from the base of the spine back up to the top of the spine. Just continuing in this way, connecting the points at the top of the spine and the base of the spine, inhaling down the spine, exhaling back up the spine, imagining that you are drawing this line with the breath, this line of ease and comfort and calm. Inhaling from the top of the spine to the base of the spine, exhaling from the base of the spine to the top. Continue. Continuing inhaling from the top of the spine to the base of the spine, exhaling from the base of the spine to the top. And eventually, this awareness moving up and down the spine will just settle into that place between the shoulder blades. The awareness settles at the space between the shoulder blades, and the breath continues on its own. The awareness moves from the space between the shoulder blades and forward into the space of the heart. And resting even deeper now. Resting even deeper now. It's as if the space of the heart could open, the doors of the imagination could open. Resting even deeper. Imagining what it might be like to walk on a path out in nature. The perfect path that feels safe and calming, comfortable to be walking on this path out in nature on just that perfect day. To see the things on this path. To hear the sounds that might be happening on this safe, comfortable path out in nature. Sensing any fragrances or aromas. Perhaps even feeling the warm sun on the skin or a cool breeze. To certainly be aware of the feet connecting to the path beneath them. Aware of more and more calm filling the body with each step taken. And looking ahead on the path, it is observed that there is a curve in the path. This curve in the path that can be taken, is safe to be taken. And coming around the curve of this path straight ahead is a house. And there's an inner knowing that this is the house of your heart. This exact home. And it feels like coming home, simply looking at this house. And to be able to take it all in, to see the color of the house and all the windows. To see the front door. And perhaps even noticing to look just above the door. Perhaps there is a word there painted onto or etched into the door frame, just to observe what that word is, this word above the front door, the home of your heart. And then knowing that this is a very safe and comfortable home, this home that is yours, to be able to open the front door. The front door opens easily. And to step inside, truly coming home. Stepping inside, finding that perfect, comfortable place to sit, knowing that anything can be changed or rearranged, and it's done effortlessly, if even needed. There's a knock on the door. You hear the knock on the door. Getting up to go see who is there. You can see through the window. You can see who it is. And standing outside of the front door is someone who is wise, someone who knows. Your inner wise one. And it feels safe to open the front door to the one who knows, this inner wise one. And to just see what they look like. Maybe very expected, maybe very unexpected. And then maybe inviting in this wise one, this one who knows. Inviting them in, finding a place to sit along with them. And perhaps they have a message to share. Something you're meant to hear today. Not expecting anything at all, but open to listening. Perhaps a message was received. Perhaps it wasn't. Either way, it doesn't matter. And there's simply a sense of gratitude, a thank you given to this wise one, this one who knows, this wise self. Thanking them for being there. And then they see themselves out, so you can simply rest. Rest in this home that is yours. Rest in the home of your heart. Know that you can come back to this place whenever you may wish. That this home at your heart is always open and available to you. It's an available place to rest if you should ever want it or need it. With a sense of gratitude for this rest, exactly as it was today. Very slowly and gradually beginning the process of bringing this practice to a close. First, simply noticing the body breathing. Notice the body shift and change to draw air in and to press air out. Maybe keeping the breath natural, or deciding to take some longer inhales and exhales. Either way, there is this sense of starting to come back, the sense of bringing the practice to a close as you are aware of your breath. Then there's this awareness of the sounds happening around you, aware of the sounds happening an inch from the body, aware of sounds happening within the room you're in, aware of sounds happening outside of the room you're in. And the awareness of all of these sounds, any sounds happening around you, brings you a little bit closer to the surface. And you're aware of your body resting right here and right now. Be aware of the body resting in this place. Just noticing how calm and easeful the body feels. And perhaps remaining still if that's right for you, or starting to move the body a bit, like wiggling the toes, the fingers. Just very slowly and gradually bringing some movement back in. Maybe starting to stretch. Or again, Remaining still is fine too. And as this practice is now complete, it may feel right for you to keep the eyes closed and remain in this state of rest for a little while longer. Or perhaps it's time to come all the way back by blinking your eyes open. By blinking your eyes open, maybe making some bigger movements with the body. This practice is now complete.